All right, Bears fans, it is time to dive into one of the most anticipated matchups of the season, a game that has had everyone on edge, buzzing with excitement, and counting down the days. We all know the story here, the one that has defined nearly 2 decades of football drama and unforgettable Sundays. The Chicago Bears facing Aaron Rodgers. Yes, it is that moment, potentially one of the last times the Bears will have the chance to take him down on their home turf, Soldier Field, a place filled with memories, rivalries, and some of the most intense football atmospheres in the league. The stakes could not be higher, and the narrative writes itself. Can the Bears finally get that elusive win against a quarterback who has been nothing short of a nightmare for them over the years? Whether or not Rodgers is at full strength, whether he even suits up, this game carries weight, and for fans and players alike, it is about more than just a single victory. It is about reclaiming pride, rewriting a portion of football history, and finally getting a measure of redemption that has been denied far too many times. Aaron Rodgers, despite all the speculation, has made it clear that he appreciates the history and significance of playing in Chicago. His comments about the city, the rivalry, and the fans only add layers to the story, highlighting that even one of the greatest quarterbacks of this era respects the challenge that awaits him here. There's an undeniable tension in the air, the kind that makes a Sunday feel monumental, as fans across the city prepare themselves for a showdown that could very well define this chapter of the Bears season. The desire to beat Rodgers is not just about this particular game. It is about confronting years of frustration, of coming up short, and finally asserting that Chicago football can rise to the occasion when it matters most. This game is more than just XS and OS, more than just statistics and matchups. It is about the emotion, the legacy, and the intangible drive that courses through every player when history, pride, and rivalry collide. The injury situation with Rodgers adds yet another dramatic element to this already high-stakes matchup. Watching him take individual reps, observing how he handles the ball under pressure, and tracking whether he can endure the physical toll of a full game all create layers of intrigue. These are the scenarios that every fan loves, where strategy meets uncertainty, and where the coach's decisions can swing the momentum in an instant. Will Rodgers be limited? Could Mason Rudolph, or will Howard see more snaps? How will this affect the Steelers' offensive approach? Every detail, from wrist stability to hand grip and snap consistency, carries enormous weight. It is a chess match on the field, a delicate balance of risk, and an opportunity for the Bears to exploit any edge they can find. Watching Rodgers navigate these challenges is fascinating, but for Bears fans, the hope is simple. Get him on the field and beat him. Defensively, the Bears have their work cut out for them, especially with a potential thin linebacker core and the Steelers' commitment to running the football. The strategy needs to be precise, disciplined, and adaptable, capable of neutralizing not only the quarterback's decisions, but also the dynamic rushing attack that comes with heavy personnel sets. The key will be stopping the run first, setting the tone early, and forcing the offense into uncomfortable situations that could lead to mistakes or turnovers. The defensive line and secondary will have to communicate perfectly, anticipate adjustments, and be ready to react to every motion and shift that comes their way. It is not just about physicality. It is about football IQ, anticipation, and the ability to impose the Bears' will on the game from the first snap to the last. On the offensive side, attacking the middle of the field and exploiting matchups will be crucial. Finding space in the intermediate routes, leveraging play action, and identifying weaknesses in coverage will allow the Bears to keep the defense honest and create opportunities for big plays. Receivers need to be aggressive, precise, and calculated, reading the defensive backfield and executing routes with precision. Quarterback play, timing, and chemistry with the receiving core will all be tested in high-pressure situations where every yard gained is a step closer to victory. It is a test of preparation, skill, and execution under the brightest lights. Pressure will be another decisive factor in this matchup. Whether it is bringing heat on a potentially banged-up Rodgers or forcing Mason Rudolph into uncomfortable decisions, the defensive scheme must be aggressive, smart, and relentless. By creating disruption, collapsing pockets, and making quarterbacks process quickly, the Bears can seize control and dictate the pace of the game. Every blitz, every stunt, and every pre-snap adjustment must be calculated to maximize effectiveness while minimizing risk, a delicate dance that requires both courage and intelligence. In coverage, targeting vulnerabilities, particularly in the secondary, could shift momentum dramatically. Identifying matchups against aging or less effective defenders, exploiting one-on-one situations, and capitalizing on any breakdowns in communication will be critical. Receivers must read the field, recognize opportunities, and attack with confidence, knowing that every successful play inches the team closer to achieving a monumental win. The combination of strategy, execution, and opportunism will define the Bears' ability to control the game and ultimately overcome the challenge that Aaron Rodgers represents. This matchup is loaded with tension, excitement, and historical context. It is about confronting past failures, seizing the moment, and proving that the Bears can rise to the occasion when it matters most. Every snap, every play, and every decision carries the weight of legacy, pride, and the desire to claim a victory that has eluded them for far too long. Soldier Field will be electric, the players will be tested, and fans will experience a roller coaster of emotions that only football of this caliber can deliver. The narrative writes itself in the anticipation, the drama, and the stakes. Whether it is the offensive strategy, defensive execution, or the mental toughness of each player, every aspect of preparation and performance will be scrutinized, analyzed, and celebrated as the Bears strive for redemption and glory. All right, let's continue diving deeper into this matchup, exploring every angle, every nuance, and the layers of strategy that will define the outcome. When you look at the Chicago Bears preparing for this game, it is clear that discipline, adaptability, and mental toughness will be as critical as physical ability. The linebackers, despite dealing with injuries, will have to step up in a way that tests not just their endurance, but their football intelligence. Anticipating the Steelers' tendencies, reading offensive line movements, and predicting the quarterback's intentions are all aspects that will decide whether the Bears can slow down the run game enough to give themselves a chance to control the tempo. Every missed assignment, every hesitation could result in a long gain, and knowing that the defense must stay sharp from the opening whistle to the final seconds. There is no room for mental lapses, and players must bring intensity that matches the significance of the game, because this is about more than wins and losses. It is about legacy, pride, and making a statement against one of the most formidable quarterbacks they have faced in the past 20 years. Offensively, the Bears will need to focus on balance, rhythm, and timing. Establishing the run early is crucial not just for controlling the clock, but for opening opportunities in the passing game. When the defensive front is preoccupied with stopping the rush, it creates windows in the intermediate and deep routes, especially over the middle, where receivers can exploit coverage mismatches. Quarterback play must be precise, reads must be quick, and decision-making has to be near flawless, because in a game where every yard matters, even a small error can swing momentum dramatically. The offensive line will face a challenge in protecting the quarterback while also creating running lanes, but disciplined execution, anticipation of blitzes, and seamless communication can turn pressure into opportunity. The key will be maintaining composure under duress, while capitalizing on the moments when the defense overcommits or makes a mistake. Looking at the Steelers, their game plan will likely revolve around exploiting any perceived weaknesses in the Bears lineup. Heavy personnel sets, motioning tight ends, and dynamic run plays designed to test the linebackers will be central to their approach. Understanding these tendencies allows the Bears to anticipate, adjust, and counteract with strategy that mixes aggression and restraint. Defensive backs must communicate effectively, understand their responsibilities in both man and zone coverage, and stay disciplined against misdirection or play action, which the Steelers will almost certainly employ. Every player on the field has a role in maintaining structural integrity, preventing breakdowns, and creating opportunities to force turnovers or negative plays. Special teams, often overlooked, could also be a deciding factor in a game this close. Field position, punt coverage, and the ability to capitalize on every possession will matter enormously. A single long return or a missed coverage could shift the momentum in a game expected to be tight and competitive. Coaches must emphasize the importance of discipline, focus, and execution in these moments, because the difference between winning and losing may come down to a single play. Precision, awareness, and situational understanding will separate the successful units from those that falter under pressure. The psychological aspect of this matchup cannot be understated. Facing Aaron Rodgers, whether healthy or limited, brings a historical weight that affects every snap. Players must compartmentalize past frustrations, focus on the task at hand, and channel the intensity into disciplined aggression. The fans' energy, the stadium atmosphere, and the significance of potentially claiming a rare victory over a historically dominant opponent all contribute to a mental landscape that can both motivate and challenge the Bears. Leadership on the field, communication, and maintaining composure in critical moments will be essential to translating preparation into success. For the receivers, recognizing opportunities in coverage, attacking weaknesses, and maintaining precision in route running will be critical. Timing with the quarterback, understanding defensive tendencies, and exploiting one-on-one matchups could result in key plays that shift momentum. It is not just about speed or athleticism. Football IQ, anticipation, and the ability to read the defense in real time will separate impactful plays from missed opportunities. Every route, every adjustment, and every catch has the potential to alter the trajectory of the game, and receivers must be mentally and physically prepared to capitalize. Quarterback play, of course, remains the central element. Reading defenses, making quick decisions, and executing under pressure will define the Bears' chances. Mistakes are costly, and awareness of the opponent's strengths and tendencies will be crucial. The quarterback must balance aggression with prudence, taking calculated risks when the opportunity presents itself while avoiding unnecessary errors that could undo all prior effort. Confidence, preparation, and anticipation will be as important as arm strength or accuracy, and the ability to stay composed under pressure will be the hallmark of success. Defensively, pressuring the quarterback and maintaining gap discipline in the run game are intertwined objectives. Coordinating blitzes, stunts, and coverage adjustments requires synchronization, communication, and acute awareness of the opponent's tendencies. The Bears must maximize the talent on the field while compensating for any limitations due to injuries or mismatches. Discipline, anticipation, and execution will be tested in every series, and the ability to create disruptions without overcommitting or leaving vulnerabilities will define the defensive performance. As the game unfolds, situational football will play a pivotal role. Third down efficiency, red zone execution, and special teams positioning could all determine the margin of victory. Coaches and players must be prepared for dynamic adjustments, maintaining flexibility in their approach while adhering to the core principles of their strategy. Understanding the flow of the game, reading momentum shifts, and capitalizing on opportunities will be essential in a contest expected to be closely contested from start to finish. Finally, the emotional stakes cannot be overlooked. Facing a quarterback like Aaron Rodgers, one of the most accomplished and experienced in the league, injects an intensity that influences both preparation and execution. Every player must embrace the challenge, manage the pressure, and channel the intensity into disciplined, high-level performance. Soldier Field will be a cauldron of noise, energy, and anticipation, and the Bears' ability to rise to the occasion will define not only this game, but potentially a critical moment in the franchise's recent history. This is a clash of strategy, skill, and legacy, where every decision, adjustment, and execution matters, and where victory is earned not just through talent, but through preparation, resilience, and relentless focus. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Chicago Bears. And don't be shy. Drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. The NFL rumor mill is buzzing with whispers that could shake the Chicago Bears locker room and offensive line in a major way. Sources close to the team claim that Jordan MAILATA, the towering and versatile offensive tackle, has reportedly arrived at the Bears' headquarters, sparking speculation that a new chapter in his career may be about to unfold. While the details remain under wraps, insiders suggest that MAILATA is set to sign, a move that could have ripple effects across the league, and especially for the Bears' offensive strategy. MAILATA, who has drawn attention for his unique journey from professional boxing in Australia to becoming a reliable NFL starter, has long been admired for his blend of athleticism, size, and surprising agility for a man of his stature. Fans and analysts alike have been speculating about his next step ever since rumors of potential contract negotiations began swirling earlier this offseason. Now, with his presence reportedly confirmed at team headquarters, the conversation has intensified. Is this the start of a long-term commitment? Or could it be a short-term deal aimed at shoring up the line during a period of transition? The answer remains a tantalizing mystery. Observers have noted that MAILATA's arrival could signal a shift in the Bears' offensive philosophy. Known for his ability to protect the quarterback while opening lanes for the running game, MAILATA could provide a stabilizing force that has been sorely missed in previous seasons. Coaches and teammates have been tight-lipped, but social media reactions suggest that fans are already buzzing with excitement and speculation, debating how his skill set might integrate with the existing roster. Of course, in true NFL fashion, nothing is official until the ink is on the contract, and until then, every sighting and every insider tip fuels the rumor fire. Sources emphasize that negotiations can be unpredictable, and even a confirmed arrival at headquarters doesn't always guarantee an immediate deal. Yet the mere possibility of MAILATA joining or rejoining the Bears has created a palpable sense of anticipation. Will he become the cornerstone of the offensive line, or is this the prelude to a more complex set of moves behind the scenes? Only time will tell, but for now, Chicago fans are watching closely, fueled by hope and the electric thrill of the rumor. As the NFL world watches, one thing is clear. Wherever Jordan MAILATA lands officially, the impact is bound to be felt, and the chatter in sports circles is just heating up. The Bears' headquarters has never been the quietest place during rumor season, and this latest development might just be the loudest yet. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Chicago Bears, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.